Critical metals, such as copper, gold, silver, palladium, and tin, are key ingredients to emerging electrification technologies. As some of the most valuable elements on Earth, extracting them has never been harder, more energy-intensive, or more damaging to the environment. The big offshore wind turbines use nearly 11,000 pounds of copper per megawatt of power. Solar energy also requires considerable copper, both in the array, cabling, and connections. Today, solar energy requires 5,000 pounds of copper per megawatt of power. This all requires extensive mining to reach these valuable metals. If we use EV car batteries as an example, about 90,000 pounds of ore are required to produce an EV battery for a single car. But it gets worse. In order to get to all that ore, somewhere between 3 and 20 tons of earth and rock per ton of ore recovered need to be removed in order to access an ore deposit. This is called overburden, which is the trees, grass, rocks, and natural habitat that needs to be removed from the surface of the earth before the mineral extraction process can begin. And to extract 90,000 pounds of ore, somewhere between 200,000 and 1,500,000 pounds of earth and rock need to be removed for a single electric vehicle battery. Just imagine the environmental impact for 100 million EVs or 500 million EVs. It's also worth mentioning that all the massive mining equipment, haulers, drills, all run on petroleum-based fuels. And almost all ores and metals that are produced and manufactured are produced from electricity-generated fossil fuels, primarily coal. One estimate puts the cost to produce a single EV battery capable of holding energy equivalent to 1 barrel of oil at the equivalent of 100 barrels of oil to produce. Does that sound green and clean? Instead of digging them out of the ground, in often remote and politically unstable environments, there are higher efficiencies from mining electronic waste. E-waste is one of the fastest-growing waste streams in the world, with a 50 times better grade than average mined material, and has the highest metal values per ton of any known resource. Recycling electronic waste is a rapidly developing industry. However, much of these metals, despite their tremendous value, still end up as waste, burned and sent to landfills, contaminating the environment. A globally pressing issue that consumers, governments, and investors are acutely attuned to. Greentech Metals is a new, fully ESG-compliant, clean tech company, established to develop a viable alternative to the environmental damage and high energy consumption caused in traditional mining of metals. Greentech Metals is set to supply the growing demand and expected shortfalls due to global electrification, driven largely by the need for vast amounts of clean energy production and storage. Manufacturers of electric vehicles, windmills, and solar panels will be offered a full range of up to 30 green, recycled, responsible metals gleaned from an almost unlimited waste stream. The jewelry industry will be offered responsible gold, silver, and palladium. Our new plant processes 1,200 kilograms per hour of e-waste. The process is a low-energy, emissions-free, dry process requiring minimal processing, no chemicals, and low capex. The plant operates with well-tested and proven equipment, relying primarily on a custom-designed, integrated system of conveyors, shredders, crushers, and shakers. Likely located in southern Europe to tap into European, Middle Eastern, and Northern African waste streams, the plant will initially produce a high-grade polymetallic concentrate sold to base metal smelters, gold refiners, and metals dealers. The timeline to revenue is 8 months from funding, with $10 million capital raised in the first 2, plant construction taking the next 6 to 8 months, and operations beginning immediately thereafter. Initial investment will be returned to shareholders via a performance dividend after 36 months. After 2 years of operation, shareholders will vote on remaining private or going public, beneficially recovering critical metals, while preventing them from entering a landfill is not only a vital response to great market demand, but a financially lucrative niche in this competitive environment. Greentech Metals, cleanly providing tomorrow's electrification metal needs today.